Chris, did you ever play past the junior varsity level of basketball?
Well, I got asked to leave the varsity team. So, yes, I did play varsity basketball, but I got asked to leave.
And why did you get asked to leave?
Creative differences with the coach.
And what kind of creative differences?
He thought that I was probably a little bit better at football, and they were like, we don't want to risk you getting hurt and taking your time, so we need to get you out to run track and play football. So they said it's probably the best thing for you.
DC ain't even make JV team. I love it.
I 100% did, and I was asked to leave. And, there's a lot of people out there that know why and that can stay. It's not something we need to dig up.
It was fighting was involved, if I'm not mistaken, correct? You beat somebody. Basically, you bullied somebody.
I was a lover, not a fighter, and I have the daughter to prove it, So
Welcome to Big B Daily. No frauds allowed.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big B Daily. This is your man, Brien Hanley, Big B. What is happening? We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. What is going on, everybody? Good Tuesday today. Good Tuesday. March Madness doesn't begin today. We'll get into that. With the play-in games, does that mean it actually starts today? I don't know. We got that going on. We've got NFL free agency. Chase Young goes to New Orleans. And UCONN in the big dance. They were the number 1 overall seed, but looking at their bracket, they got the toughest bracket out of anybody. So is that robbery? We got all of that and more, so we appreciate everybody. Again, if you're on TikTok, keep tapping the screen. We need at least 5,000 likes and 30 new follows. So if you happen to be in here and you're not following, give us a follow. We appreciate it. Same thing, if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Big B Sports Talk. Please give us a subscription. We appreciate that. Now, another thing is, if you enjoy what we're doing and, you like what we're doing, please support the show. Please support us one of two ways. One, if you're on YouTube, there's always the super chat that ensures that you get your question will immediately jump to the front of the line and will get put up on the screen. So we appreciate that. Anything on YouTube that's, like I said, with super chats, we like that. Over on TikTok, there's a tip jar in the bio. Please click the link in the bio or send gifts. We appreciate all of that as well. So we appreciate anything for you guys to absolutely support if you like what we're doing. Thank you guys, and we appreciate it. We'll keep pumping these things out to you. So let's get this thing going. First off, NFL free agency. I mean, who are the losers? Who are the winners? Let's start there. First off, let's talk about the losers. I think Buffalo got their head beaten in. They had to cut salary. I know the Bills fans are going to be out there saying, oh, we cut guys that didn't do anything. You're lying. That you cut starters. You got rid of starters. So I think the Bills lost their head. Not to mention, is Stephon Diggs still going to be there? So I don't know. I think the Bills lost. I think the Broncos lost. I mean, the Broncos didn't do anything, but the Broncos really don't have money to do anything. And then what about the Commanders? The Commanders have I think they still have $68 million in cap space left. They've done nothing. I mean, they've done absolutely nothing. Now, we know that the Cowboys have done nothing. I think the Cowboys made a colossal mistake not signing back Tyron Smith. I think it's a colossal mistake. I mean, to let him walk, he just got a 1-year deal for up to $20 million with the Jets. You're telling me that Dallas couldn't have done that? For a guy that was a second-team All-Pro last year? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Unless you were just, well, we're done with them. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe they're bracing because they got to pay Dak all this money. You saw where they restructured a little bit of Dak's contract to get a little bit of relief, turned a little bit of a roster bonus into a signing bonus. I don't know, people. I think this is Dak Prescott. I think his days are numbered in Dallas. I really do. I don't think that there's any way. I think Dallas is saying, we'll pay you this 58, whatever it is, $1 million, $60 million this year. And if we don't get to at least the NFC Championship game, we are not signing you back. I agree with that. I agree. At some point, do you just want to continue to be mediocre, or are you trying to win? And if all he can do is get you to a certain point and he can't get you over that hump, then yeah, I understand Dak is good, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on. That's just my opinion. The winners in free agency, the Steelers are definitely winners. The Steelers won. There's a lot of winners, though. I think the Packers won. The Texans are at the top of the heap. I think the Eagles are right behind them. As far as winners, there was a lot of teams that won that did pretty well in free agency. A lot of teams did pretty well in free agency. So, but yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. 49ers, my man, no cap. Leonard Floyd, Malik Collins, Devontae Campbell were good signings by the 49ers. Yeah, they were. Getting rid of Eric Armstead. Armstead's good, but he's always hurt. I thought that was a good move. Armstead, like I said, when he plays, he's pretty good. But heck, he didn't play that often. So, didn't play that often. But we'll see. We will see. But I like what the Eagles did. Everybody got to like what the Texans did. I'm biased. I like what the Steelers did. But the Steelers still got to get a receiver. I don't think the Steelers are done just yet. I think that we've got more to go. We've got more to go. We've got a little ways to go here. But I definitely like where we're headed. So, and then the one team, the Chiefs. Did the Chiefs get better? I think the Chiefs did. Again, Chris Jones was a free agent. And yeah, he was their free agent, but he was a free agent. Thanks for the gift, Slushy. He was a free agent. They signed him back. So that counts. Hollywood Brown. And there's some people that don't like Hollywood Brown, but are you telling me that Hollywood Brown's not an upgrade over what the Chiefs had last year at receiver? He absolutely is. Chiefs got better, man. Chiefs got better. So, yeah, no cap is over on YouTube. Armstead's not worth $28 million. Yes, you're exactly right. He's not worth 20. If he had been playing well, yeah, then you would have restructured him. But the guy's always hurt. So, the guy's always hurt. Mike DeRuler on YouTube said the Eagles landing Devin White is a great sleeper move. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. If Devin White wants to play and he's motivated, he's still pretty good. So, Snead's not going anywhere on the Chiefs. I don't believe the Chiefs are trading him. They've got him franchised. They can afford to pay him the franchise. I don't think he's going anywhere. Unless somebody wants to give the Chiefs like a first and a third round pick, they're not going to trade him. There's no reason to trade him. Just keep him. And he's going to play for $19 million. So it's not like, he's just going to hold out. He's going to play for $19 million. That's going to happen. He'd be foolish not to. You never make that money back. The Giants did not steal Brian Burns and then turn around and give him $150 million. Come on now. Now, what they got for him, I guess, yeah, if you're looking at it from that aspect, the trade, okay, maybe. But $150 million For that production, yeah, I don't like it. But as far as the trade, I'll go with it. I'll go with it. So, who's this? Hey, Kim, how are you? Excited about the Saints defense. We'll get to it. We might as well get to it now. Well, we were talking earlier on TikTok about Chase Young and Chase Young going to New Orleans. Does that make the Saints defense better? I'm just not sure that makes the Saints better. I mean, if he's motivated and if he plays, I mean, he's on a 1-year deal. I thought it was $13 million for Chase Young for 1 year. I mean, good for him. Don't get me wrong, good for him. But $13 million? Come on, man. Come on, man. It was almost like the Saints were just, okay, we got this money. We got to spend it on somebody, so we'll just give it to him. I mean, whew. I don't know. To me, it seems like an overreach. It seems like an overreach. And Kim, I know what you're saying. You're talking about Cam. He can't play anymore. I'm sorry. It's over for him. He fell off a cliff last year. He literally fell off a cliff last year. So the one thing about the Saints is, I mean, for some reason they think Derek Carr is the answer. I don't know why they think that. I mean, he wasn't the answer in Las Vegas, and they got rid of him. I don't know why they thought he was going to be the answer. And whew. So until they figure that part out, they're not doing anything. So my man Darren Howard said the Saints had 0 pass rush all last year. 0. The Saints were desperate. Yeah, they were. They're desperate. They were desperate for a pass rush. But I'm just not sure Chase Young. Here's the thing. And I'll just ask everybody this. Has Chase Young ever been good? I mean, seriously. And again, if y'all think I'm crazy, you can tell me I'm crazy. But has he ever been good? Like, he had a decent rookie year. I'll even say a good rookie year. But after that, and I know he got hurt, but he played 10 games before he got hurt his second year. He did nothing. So somebody said in college. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about Chase Young. We'll see. I hope he bounces back. Because that was a horrible look in the playoffs. Lord have mercy. Just walking after guys. Yeah, I mean, that's not getting it done. That's just not getting it done. That was terrible. That was terrible. So, but I hope, like I said, I hope he does well. I hope he bounces back and he figured out I got to get in better shape so I don't take plays off. I got to get out there and do my thing. So, but for the Saints, I think it's all about Derek Carr. And I don't know. Like I said, he couldn't win that division last year. The division got better. I don't see the Saints doing anything to win it this year. So I just don't see it. But, that's just me. Maybe I'm being hard-headed. But I don't think so. But some other losers in free agency. Who are some other losers? Now, we got a mixed bag on the Bears. There's a mixed bag on whether the Bears won or lost. What do you guys think? Chuck Miller says the Chargers. Yeah, I think the Chargers lost. I think so. But what about the Bears? Some people say the Bears won. Some people say the Bears lost. It's a mixed bag on the Bears. So my thing is, I don't think we're going to know. I think it's going to come down to what they do, what the draft tells us. I don't know if we can make that decision. Yeah, somebody said that they did okay let's see what they do in the draft. I think that's what my feeling is on it too. Let's wait and see what the Bears do in the draft. You know, mixed bag, depends on what you like. And now, here's the thing. I don't care what anybody says. They got fleeced by Pittsburgh in that trade for Justin Fields. You can say whatever you want. Fields can't play, blah, blah, blah. A 6th-round pick next year is all you could have gotten? Hell, if you'd have traded him at the trade deadline, you'd have gotten more than that. Hell, you could have got a 3rd-round pick this year if you would have traded him at the trade deadline. The Bears weren't going to win. They weren't going to go to the playoffs anyway. Whew. So we'll see. We'll see. It's just a mixed bag with them. It's just a mixed bag. So we'll see. I just want to see if they have a better, I don't know, organizational wise, if the Bears can figure some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to figure out. And it's almost like my Steelers. Like the Steelers, they've won so far, but they got some holes. I mean, getting rid of Deontay Johnson hurts. That hurts. I know Mike Williams is coming in for a visit. I don't think Mike Williams is going to sign with Pittsburgh, but he could. So there's a poll that's up on YouTube, said who wins the NFC South. Is it Tampa, Atlanta, Carolina, or New Orleans? Nobody said New Orleans or Carolina. Everybody is 62% Tampa, 37% Atlanta. I mean, I think that's probably about right. I think that's about right. So Mike Williams won't even play half the season. Mike Williams, I feel bad. He is just injury prone. Injury prone. Can't stay healthy. Cannot stay healthy. As a reminder, quick reminder, everybody, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, Big B Daily is on live on TikTok, live on YouTube. We're past the threshold for likes on TikTok, so keep tapping. Let's get to 10K. Keep tapping, and if you're in here and you're not following, please give us a follow. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And again, if you do like what we're doing and you appreciate what we are putting out here, anything that you want to do to support the show, like I said, if you're on YouTube, super chats are available and automatically get your question put right to the top, put on the screen, and get said immediately. Anything in the tip jar over on TikTok, just click the link in the bio, click on the tip jar. Anything you want to do there, as well as gifts, all of that is appreciated. Thank you, guys. Another thing, now that we got March Madness coming up, which is what we're going to next, please go and pick you up a guide, a Big B March Madness bracket guide. It's $5, people. All you have to do is click the link in the bio. On YouTube, click on the link. It's an ebook. You can download it right to your phone. $5. Boom. That's simple. It's even easier on TikTok, people. All you have to do is subscribe. And if you subscribe, you get the promo code. Use that, and it's free. Boom. It will help you win a bracket. It will help you win your bracket. Gives all the analytics, the trends, coaches, teams, all the stuff that you need to go win yourself a bracket. Boom. That's all you got to do. Oh, and by the way, Big B Bracket Challenge to help you win a Goon Squad t-shirt and Big B sunglasses. All the links in the bio. All you have to do is click it, and boom, you're in. And it's free. Big B Bracket Challenge is free to get into. It's on CBS. Simple. So I don't know about UConn. I think UConn is the best team, but I think they got the worst draw. I think UConn got absolutely the worst draw. That was brutal. Their bracket is brutal. You know, and I got it sitting right here. I don't have these things memorized, by the way. But you just look at it. Florida Atlantic. Now, people are thinking Florida Atlantic, they were in the Final Four last year. Don't sleep on them. San Diego State, they were in the Final Four last year. They were in the final game last year. Don't sleep on them. And they're good. Auburn, just saw them win the SEC tournament. Tied for second in a very competitive SEC this year. Don't sleep on them. BYU, BYU lacks a little bit defensively, but they can shoot the lights out. They can absolutely shoot the lights out. Illinois just won the Big Ten tournament. Illinois is a very good basketball team. I think a little underrated too. They've been a little up and down, but I think Illinois is a little underrated. So, and Iowa State, who I think was very deserving of being a number 1 seed over North Carolina, they are also in that bracket too. So, while we like UConn, if they get out, they're going to have earned it. They are going to have earned it. So, last year, there seemed to be a lot of double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16, and I think we might see some this year, but I don't think we're going to see a ton like we did last year. I don't think there's going to be this overwhelming number of double-digit teams that make it into the Sweet 16 this year. I think there might be 2. There's going to be some upsets, don't get me wrong. But in this day and age, I just think that, the percentages always even it out. The percentages always even themselves out. So, and last year, a ton of underdogs. This year, I think it'll be a little bit more chalk. So, somebody said Texas looks good. But where does Texas looks good? My man Charles Haywood. How does Texas look good? At what point this season has Texas looked good? They won some games. I'll give them credit. They've won some games, but Texas should be better. With the talent that they have, the problem with Texas, they got a horrible coach. Coaching is bad in Texas. Bad, bad, bad. NC State, I'm not a believer. I watched NC State all season. They're about it. They got hot and won the ACC tournament. That's the only way they got into the big dance. They're going to lose their first game. They're playing Texas Tech. They're going to get beat. Texas Tech is good. Texas Tech is good. So Houston got their head beaten in on Saturday, but don't be fooled by that. Houston is a very good basketball team. They get after you defensively. They just missed a bunch of shots on Saturday. They just missed a bunch of shots, which Iowa State does that to you. But they're going to be okay. So my man Darren Howard said he is covering his eyes filling out his bracket. He needs the ebook. That's what I'm saying, people. You need the ebook. $5, man. That's all that it is. Go and click on the link in the bio and go buy that ebook. It will help you win. I promise you it will help you win. Simple. Don't just play to play. If you're going to fill out a bracket and play, might as well help yourself win. Click on the link and go buy the ebook. Very simple. Link is in the bio, link tree, boom, boom, boom. You go to the shop, and all you have to do is buy. Simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Who else do y'all like, man? Who else do y'all like in these brackets? I like UConn. Here's my Final Four. I'm going to give you guys my Final Four. I like UConn. I like Houston. And then I don't know about this one, North Carolina's bracket. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I want to say Arizona, but I think Arizona is just too up and down. Too up and down. Not Duke. Not Duke. Arizona is too up and down for me. I don't trust North Carolina. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll come back to that. On the other side, I got Creighton. Creighton coming out of that bracket with Purdue. Buddy, Chuck Miller. I got Creighton. Purdue's not going to lose in the first round this year. They're not going to do that. But I can see him losing in the second round, though. I can absolutely see him losing in the second round. So, we'll see. I'm having trouble with this bracket. I mean, I don't trust North Carolina to save my life. I don't trust North Carolina. I don't. Do I go with Arizona? I don't think so. I don't think so. Can Alabama come out of there? I don't think. Problem with Alabama, they don't play any defense. And you got to be, as far as efficiency-wise, you got to be top 25 offense and defense to get to the Final Four. Alabama plays no defense. That's my problem with Kentucky. I think Kentucky is really, really good. But Kentucky plays no defense. Damn it, give me Arizona. I got UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Creighton. That's who I got. UConn, Arizona, Houston, Creighton. That's who I got in the Final Four. It's going to be tricky, but I can't wait. I cannot wait. I said this yesterday, and I believe for it to be true is if you got YouTube TV, you basically got you a mini sports book at your house to watch these games. I love YouTube TV. I'm not a spokesman for them, so they are not paying me anything to say it. I love YouTube TV. It is outstanding. It is outstanding. My man Pat Cockrell, he says his Final Four is UConn, North Carolina, Houston, and Creighton. So we're close. He's just got North Carolina where I have Houston, or where I have Arizona, and he's got Houston as his national champion. Houston. So my man No Cap says that he's got Duke making a run. I don't trust Duke. Not physical enough, not consistent enough. Wakan says that New Mexico is his sleeper. It would be awesome if New Mexico was an actual sleeper, because I think New Mexico may have been the last team to get into the tournament. I think New Mexico was either them or Nevada was the last team to get into the tournament. So if they made a run, I'd love it. Houston can't beat Iowa State, even though they did beat Iowa State one time this season. So, yeah, they can beat them. Tennessee losing to St. Peter's. I mean, my wife jumped on the St. Peter's bandwagon 2 years ago. She bought a sweatshirt. So now she's a fan. I'm like, we wasted money on St. Peter's, but here they are back in it again. Good for them. I don't think they're going to win that game. I think they get blown out, but they're back in it. Good for them. Somebody's going with Marquette. Beware of Marquette, man. Beware of Marquette. And when I say beware, I mean beware of picking Marquette. I'm not a Shaka Smart fan. Look, I think he's a good coach, but I think Shaka Smart is overrated. Made one run with VCU to the Final Four. Somebody told me it was 2011. I thought it was earlier than that. But 2011, that was 13 years ago, people. I am not a fan of Marquette. Not to mention, their point guard is hurt and may not even play. And if he don't play, they're not the same team. So that's my point. I have Houston winning it all. I'm going with Houston. They play outstanding defense. They can make shots. They rebound the ball. Excellent. And the one thing about Houston that a lot of other teams can't say, Houston has an older group. That's why UConn is good. It's because they have an older group. You know, and that means something in this tournament when you have an older group, when you don't have a bunch of guys out there that are just super young. That means something. So Houston is scrappy. They share the ball. Yes, they can shoot. That was one of the things that Houston always got them in trouble with before, is that they only had one shot maker. Well, they got more than that now. So will Baylor make a run? I don't think so. The reason being because Baylor doesn't play a good enough defense. You know, Baylor shoots it well, though. Don't get me wrong. Baylor can make anything. They shoot it very, very well. But that's been the problem, is that they don't guard well enough. So if UConn doesn't win it, Houston will. I mean, if we're really wanting to see the best game, in the national championship game, we want to see UConn versus Houston. That would be the best game. Now, it's the NCAA tournament, so we don't know. We don't know how that's going to work. But if we're just rooting for the best game, that would be the best game. So, my man Matt Hasselbring says, since U of L hasn't made the tournament in years, my favorite team is whoever playing against Kentucky. Yeah, mine too. Whoever's playing against Kentucky, I'll throw Kansas in that mix too. Whoever's playing against Kentucky and Kansas turn into my favorite team. Favorite team. That's why I wasn't so mad when my wife bought the St. Peter's sweatshirt after they beat Kentucky. I was okay with it. So, Houston, big man is injured. He is. I think he'll be back, though. But he did get hurt and missed the championship game of the Big 12. But I think he'll be back for the tournament. I'd rather see – I don't want to see Kentucky in anybody. I don't want to see Kentucky. And not to mention, Kentucky's not making it. I think Kentucky could make a run, and I think Kentucky might be the most talented team. But Kentucky doesn't guard anybody. They don't guard anybody. They can't keep anybody in front of them. They don't guard anybody. They are horrible defensively. Horrible. Horrible. But they do, I mean, if you're just talking talent for talent, Kentucky's got the most talent. They do. If you're just lining people up and you say, okay, this is college basketball, this team and all the talented guys, and then this, Kentucky matches up with everybody. Everybody. So we'll see. My man Bill Kernan has Arizona as his champion. It's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. He also has his Final Four. He's got the strangest Final Four, according to him, picking a few upsets. He's got UConn, Duke, Oregon, and Utah. There's no win the Pac-12 tournament just to get into the field. But I love where your head's at, though. I love where your head is at. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes somebody's got to upset. It can't just all be chalk. I love it. UConn or UNC Zona is the toughest region. No, it's not. UConn's is the toughest region by far. By far. What about Gonzaga? My man Bill Peterson says, we said this a couple weeks ago about Gonzaga. Nobody's talking about Gonzaga this year. They've lost some games. They usually win. They didn't win their conference this year, didn't win the conference tournament. This will be the year that Gonzaga wins it, when nobody's talking about them. In years past, they've been very good. You might even say they've had the most talented team, and they came up short. Even though they got to the final, they came up short. Nobody's talking about Gonzaga this year. You watch. This will be the year that they win it. KU bench is not near deep enough for them to win, and they may not get out of the first game. But I got Kansas in the Sweet 16, but I don't think Kansas is going to do much in this tournament. They don't shoot it well enough from three-point range, and they don't have a bench at all that contributes. So how far do I think Marquette? Depends on the point guard, but I got them going to the Sweet 16, but that's it. That's it. And if their point guard is hurt, then they're done. They're done. Gonzaga can't beat Auburn. Well, Gonzaga doesn't have to play Auburn. I mean, so I don't know why that would even matter. They're on the opposite brackets. So Cam Spencer was a key offseason ad for UConn. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He absolutely was. I like UConn, man. I like Dan Hurley as a coach. Again, they can shoot it, they defend, they play well together, and they're a little bit of an older group with experience. That's what you want. That's the recipe. So I didn't say, I said this may be the year that the Zags win it all. I'm not picking them to win it. I'm not picking Gonzaga to win it. But this would be a year that they do win it because nobody's talking about them. Where in years past, everybody's been talking about them because they've been really good. But this year, nobody's talking about them. So, what's going on? Go Sparty. Look, that is if Michigan State can win the first game, I'm just telling people, if they can win that first game, North Carolina should be very, very nervous. Very, very nervous. Since when have you guys known Tom Izzo? If they win the first round, when have they not gotten to the Sweet 16? Like, when has Michigan State not gotten to the Sweet 16 if they can win their first round game? When has that happened? I'll just tell you, you better watch out, North Carolina. You better strap it on, because Tom Izzo knows how to coach in the tournament. He sure does. He gets his team ready. He gets his team ready. My man Zach, he's got Michigan State beating UNC. Yeah. Boiler up. Purdue. Look, I'm not one of those that are going to say Purdue's going to get beat in the first round again, because I don't believe that they are. So I don't think that they're going to do that. However, I will tell you this. If TCU happens to get out of the first round, which is a big if because TCU is so inconsistent. But if TCU gets out of the first round, then Purdue better look out, because what Purdue does not do well, and they haven't for years, is be able to defend strong, athletic guards and wings. They can't do it. TCU has a team full of those guys. Strong, quick, athletic, and can shoot. I'm just telling you, if that happens, look out, Boilers. So, hey, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it. But yeah, TikTok, YouTube, we appreciate everybody being here. Again, a quick reminder, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., Big B Daily, 9 a.m. Central Time. We are live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. We appreciate everybody being here. If you are on TikTok, please give us a follow. We're over 10,000 likes. Let's get to 15,000. Try to get as many people in here as possible. And if you are in here and you're not following, please give us a follow. We appreciate it. Thank you. More importantly, come on over to YouTube, man. Click on the link and come subscribe over on YouTube. You get a lot of stuff over on YouTube. The people on YouTube will tell you. They will absolutely tell you. You get more access, more podcasts. You get access to two other sites as well. Hoops or Hot Soup Fantasy Football is over there. He used to come on the show. We'll see if he comes on every morning during football season talking fantasy football. So you have access to his website, LTB Sports. Well, they have a ton of sports and just interesting stuff that they post all the time there. Then obviously you get my podcast. Another thing, tonight and every Tuesday night, Instant Replay. Y'all come over to YouTube and check out Instant Replay. It comes on at 8 Central Time, man. We have a good time with it. Me and a buddy of mine from college, we talk a lot of sports, pop culture. It's funny. You'll get some knowledge as well. Come and check that out, man. Come and check that out. So, yeah, the TikTok ban looks like it may be coming. You know, I know a lot of people saying, oh, they're not going to do it. Hey, they might. And if they do, which they very well might, come on over. Come on over. Subscribe to Big B Sports Talk on YouTube. You get a better experience. That's all I'm saying. It's a better experience. So we appreciate it. 24/7 shirt. Yep. I do a show, Bill Myers, for 24/7. Big B Sports, or it's the Big 12 Insiders. Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. So we're not doing politics, brother. Your thoughts on the XFL USL merger this year in the spring season? I will tell you this, Frank Hernandez. I haven't watched 1 second of either of those, and I'm not going to watch 1 second. And I know you might say, why not be? That's elitist to you. The quarterback play is just so bad. I can't watch it. I love football. But I can't watch that. I can't watch that because I'm expecting professionals. And while we can say they are professionals, they're not top of the line professionals. That's why I don't watch the CFL. I'm not watching Canadian football. I just don't. And you can say, well, but you watch college football. Yes, I do. But I also know what I'm getting with college football. Just like I know what I'm getting with NFL football. I just don't like it. I do not like it. I respect everybody that plays, though. I respect those guys going out there and trying to make their dreams come true. I absolutely respect them. But respect and having to give them my time is something different. And while I respect the hell out of each and every person involved, it's still not worth my time. And again, you may call me an elitist for that. Sorry. It's just not good enough football. Did Iowa State or Indiana State get snubbed? Yeah, they did. Look, they play in a conference where you're not going to get a bunch of wins. They didn't play a ton, of quad one teams. They played they played four. They played five, and they went 1-4. So they didn't capitalize on the opportunities that they had. They didn't win their conference tournament, but didn't they win 28 games or something? 29 games. Their net ranking was 29. That team has to be in the tournament over a team like Virginia. Like, how the hell is Virginia in? And Virginia might even win a game. But why is Virginia in? It just makes no sense to me. So, I don't know. There were, like, Pitt should have been over Virginia. There were some other deserving teams, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? My man Tom Izzo, according to Bill Kernan on YouTube, Izzo is like Mahomes. He knows how to win. Yeah, you're exactly right. He just knows how to win. So, do I have Tennessee making it to the Elite Eight? No, I don't, unfortunately. No, I don't. It's not that I hate Tennessee. I just don't like the way they guard. I don't. They get exposed on that end of the court. And while we love Dalton Knecht, he can't guard anybody. So he's a great offensive player. But when it comes to defense, he doesn't guard anybody. And in the NCAA, in the tournament, you got to be able to guard people. You can't just outscore everybody. So, coming from an ACC guy, Virginia should have been in the NIT. Yeah, they should have. Russell, Steelers country, let's lose. Stop being jealous. My man Nemo, what's my opinion on Deuce Vaughn? Look, I like Deuce Vaughn, obviously, because he went to K-State. I went to K-State. So I am partial. I like Deuce Vaughn. But Deuce Vaughn is not a NFL running back. Now, I think there might be some packages where they can use him, but people want to compare him to Darren Sproles. I'm like, they're not the same guy, man. They're just not the same guy. Deuce Vaughn is 170 pounds. Darren Sproles was 195 pounds. And yes, they were both short. There's a huge difference between 195 and 170. Darren Sproles was a bigger human being. They're just not the same. And my thing is, people are saying return punts. He never did that. At least Darren Sproles did that in college, his first 2 years. So I don't know. I would like to see him at least get an opportunity and try to use him in some form or fashion with the Cowboys. But if they're not going to do that, then let him go. Who's not that good, just hyped? How do you feel about the Falcons this year? I think the Falcons are going to be just fine. I like what the Falcons did with Kirk Cousins. I like what the Falcons did with Kirk Cousins. You're saying Deuce isn't that good? Deuce was really good in college. He's just not an NFL running back. That's all. That doesn't mean he's not good. He's too little. He's too little. Sometimes size matters in the NFL. And he's just not that guy to run in between the tackles. But that doesn't mean he's not good. He's just a little guy. That's all. So to say he's just hype, he probably beat up on one of your teams. I get it. In college. Raiders need O-line help. Yes, they do. The Raiders need O-line help. Bad. They need O-line help. So Purdue's about to pull a Virginia. Well, Purdue doesn't need to pull a Virginia. Purdue could pull a Purdue. That would be number one. But they're not getting beat this year in the first round. So where do I see Cooper Beebe going? So I don't know. Into the first round. I mean, here's the thing. Cooper Beebe's a first round talent. But the way the draft goes sometimes, and based on his position, he will probably go early to not mid. Yeah, he could go mid-second round, but he won't get past mid-second round, 10th pick of the second round. He's too good. He's just too good. Where he'll go, I don't know. But somebody was just talking about the Raiders need offensive line help. He would be perfect there. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Deuce didn't make it to where he was because he wasn't talented. Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's not like the guy's not good. He's just small. There's a huge difference. Chiefs for BB. Keep him home. Where's he going to play at the Chiefs? I mean, the Chiefs have two of the best guards in football. So where's he going to play? Unless you're talking about getting rid of Trey Smith, which I don't think the Chiefs are going to do. So no. Nope. It's not a fit. Again, unless you're going to move off of those two guys, then okay. But I don't think they're going to move off Tunney. And I don't think they're going to move off Trey Smith. So, but if they do, then yeah, you're right. He would be a good fit. He would be a good fit. So, my man Matt Hasselbring, Dusty made U of L. You heard it here first, per my insider. I mean, his name has been thrown around a ton, and I'll just tell you this: I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, he'll probably be the guy, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But what I would say is, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he proves me wrong. But he coaches at Florida Atlantic. He has absolutely zero pressure. Zero. And now you're going to go put into the pressure cooker at Louisville? Good luck. Good luck. So, who do I think will win the NFC East? You know, the NFC East, first of all, we can't make that prediction yet because we don't know. Free agency still is only a weekend. The draft is coming up. We don't know exactly who's going to win. If I had to say somebody today, I would say the Eagles. But the Eagles still gotta replace Jason Kelce. You know, I know they have a replacement, but we got to see him play. You know, we'll see. They still got to figure out a disgruntled receiver. It looks like A.J. Brown is a little pissed off. Is he pissed? Was it just circumstances this year? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I love Leggett, wide receiver from South Carolina to the 49ers in the second. Also, Sanders tight end from Texas. Well, with Leggett, if you bring him in, are you saying you're getting rid of Ayuk? Because if you're not getting rid of Ayuk, then why would you bring him in? Because you got Jennings, you got Debo, you got Ayuk, and you're going to bring him in? I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but that would mean somebody's got to go. So, my man Wakan said Wilkinson and Crosby together is scary. Yeah, it is. I'm still trying to figure that out with Miami. I'm still trying to figure out how you let go of an interior pass rush. I mean, a defensive tackle, a guy that almost gets 100 tackles, that's unheard of. Aaron Donald wasn't even doing that. That is unheard of. And Miami just let him walk. I don't get it. AFC East leader right now, if I had to say somebody, I don't know. I'm a guy. Look, I don't like what Miami did in the offseason. I like even less what Buffalo did in the offseason. But Buffalo still has the best quarterback. So I would say Buffalo for now. But down the road, I don't know. So I went to K-State. Am I from Kansas? No, I am from Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. So 49ers are crumbling. Are they? I don't see the 49ers crumbling. I don't see them crumbling. I know they made some moves in the offseason. They got rid of some guys. They brought in a few guys, but I don't see the 49ers crumbling. I think what they did to Steve Wilkes was just a joke to try to blame him and make him the scapegoat for why you lost the Super Bowl when it clearly wasn't his fault. I mean, it held Mahomes to one touchdown in 4 quarters. Hey, offensive genius Kyle Shanahan, figure it out. You couldn't score more than 16 points? Come on now. 19 points? Come on. Again, you hold Mahomes, and the only touchdown that they even got in regulation came off of a punt where they got the ball at the 8-yard line, a fumbled punt. They got the ball at the 8-yard line and scored the next play. So, yeah, I don't like what they did to Steve Wilkes. I thought it was just a hatchet job. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I love this comment. The 49ers can't kick the can anymore. They had to let some go. They did. They did. You know, getting rid of Armstead, though. Armstead was good when he played, but he just didn't play enough. And it made sense to let him go. And that saved him a ton of money. And they're still not paying Purdy. That's the thing. Like, they're still not paying Purdy. They don't have to pay Purdy this year. Now, next year, they'll have to get something done. But this year, they don't have to pay Purdy. So good for them. Do the Cowboys somehow win the division this year, or does Philly run away with it? I mean, how many years in a row? Was it 19 years in a row now the same team has not won the division in the NFC East? So, again, the percentages say, yeah. The history says, yes, that the Eagles will win. But the Cowboys can keep it close. So they can keep it close. I'm really interested to see this whole Dak contract thing kind of filter out. So that's what I think. So why is Barkley overrated? Somebody says Barkley's overrated. That's either a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan that's saying Barkley is overrated. Because you've never seen Saquon Barkley run behind a good offensive line. Like, never. Never, ever, ever have you seen him run behind a good offensive line. So to say that he's overrated, he was pretty good with a horrendous offensive line his entire career. So I just, overrated, like I said, you're either a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan, which is fine if that's what you believe. But it's silly, but I get it. I get it. Thoughts on Hollywood Brown to Kansas City, says TikTok. I love the move. I love the move. So, yeah, I love that move. He's better than what they had. Let's just say that. He's definitely better than what they had. Darren Howard said on YouTube, the Niners are brats, entitled before they actually won anything. Have they done anything with Ayuk? No, they haven't. And you're right. The 49ers act like they've been Super Bowl champs the last 3 years, and they haven't won one. So that's the thing. They haven't won one. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Who do I have in the Final Four? Final Four. I've got UConn, I got Houston, I got Arizona, and I got Creighton. That's who I got. So, what are the Eagles' upcoming problems? Says Barkley won't fix the Eagles' upcoming problems. What are their upcoming problems? So, oh, Dominique is back. Yeah, we had problems with Dominique the other day. He came in here being disrespectful on TikTok, and we let him have it. First of all, he came in lying. Then we let him have it. And then he backtracked, and now he's back. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Rolling with Iowa State, Zona, Blue Jays, and Houston. I don't dislike the Iowa State pick. UConn is better than them, but Iowa State is really good. Iowa State is really good. So, very good. Yes, someone is mad that Saquon didn't go to their team. That's why they're saying that. That's why they're talking about that. That is literally why somebody is saying that Saquon is overrated. UConn got a tough path. Yeah, they do. We talked about that earlier. I think they got of a number one seed, number one overall seed. They got the toughest draw in the tournament. It's crazy. Kansas is not going to win it all, Ryan. I'm sorry. Not this year. Kansas doesn't have enough depth. They don't shoot it well enough from three. They're not winning it. And they're not healthy. That's another thing. They're not healthy. So they got too much going against them right now for them to win it. I like Kansas. They got a good starting five if healthy, but you got to have some depth, and you got to be able to shoot it from three. They don't do either of those. It's a problem. So, Big B, is there any truth that the Cowboys are moving Lamb? No, and they would be idiots if they moved Lamb. So no, I haven't even heard that. You know, and I live here and I listen to Dallas Sports Talk Radio all the time. And yeah, I have not heard anything about them moving Lamb at all. So nothing at all. Wisconsin thoughts? I don't think Wisconsin wins a game. I don't think they win a game. I'm out on Wisconsin. I'm not a big Wisconsin fan. There it is right there from my man Pat Cockrell. Barkley isn't overrated. He's injury prone. There's a big difference. Yes. Now, if you said Barkley was injury prone, I'll get down with that. I can get down with that. But don't say he's overrated. But injury prone, okay. Okay. You're a better man than me. I couldn't listen to Dallas Talk Radio. Hey, man, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's actually funny sometimes. So, am I a Notre Dame fan? No, I am not. But back here over my shoulder, yes, my man, Micah Shrewsbury, I grew up with him. And he's the head basketball coach there. So, while I'm not a Notre Dame fan, if a guy that you grew up with is the head basketball coach at a university, you are buying a banner and you're putting it in your room. Period. End of story. So that's my whole point. My man I grew up with the guy. We're not best friends, so I don't want me to say, oh, we're best friends. No, we're not best friends. Or anything like that. We text 2 or 3 times a year. But I grew up with the guy. So, and there's a whole bunch of us in the hometown that grew up with Micah Shrewsbury. We love him. So, yes, not a Notre Dame fan, but I put that in my room. So, let's see. Couple more here. What happened to Pollard? Doesn't look like he did last year because Pollard's not an every down running back. Pollard was good when he could be the change of pace guy and get you 18 to 20 touches a game. Pollard ain't going to be good if you're trying to get him 25 to 35 touches a game. He's not that guy. And you shouldn't use him to be that guy. But he was good because he could come in, be change of pace, third down, catch it out of the backfield, do all those things. But when you want to do play action pass on first down and he's got to step up and block linebackers, he's not good at that. He's not good at that. And then that takes a toll on his running. So that's what happened to Pollard. That's what happened to Pollard. So, and they didn't have another guy. You know, Pollard was always the other guy. Even though he was better than Zeke, there was two people there. Well, they didn't have that second guy that was any good last year. That's the problem. That was the problem. That could be effective. So, I hope those talking about the 49ers are Chiefs fans, because only they talk because they're the champs. If your team didn't win anything either, well, I mean, the 49ers haven't won anything since 1995. So, I mean, you know, that's longer than Dallas. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, and you know it, brother. 49er fans act like they are God's gift to football and they haven't won anything in forever. They have a really good team right now, though. You can't take that away from them. They haven't won anything since 1995. No Super Bowl titles. They've been there, but they haven't won. So, let's see. Arizona Cardinals never won nothing. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. So, they have not. My man Jay Bird, how you feel about the Broncos this offseason? They have done nothing. I think the Broncos have stunk the bed. They've done nothing. They've done nothing. They gave away Jerry Jeudy. They gave away Russell Wilson. They've done nothing. Nothing. They should be ashamed of themselves. I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to shut this one down for today. Everybody, thank you guys again. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time. Big B Daily Show is live on TikTok, live on YouTube. We appreciate you guys being in here. Thank you guys. Again, go pick you up a March Madness guide, people. Go pick up a guide. Just click on the link in your bio. The Linktree link, it is right there. You get a $5 ebook. Go get the ebook. It will help you win. Why play if you're not going to win? Go get you a $5 and go win you some real money. Go win you one of these brackets. It will help you. I promise you. It breaks down everything that you need to know to make intelligent decisions on picking for your bracket. Go pick you up one. It's $5. The link is in the bio. We appreciate everybody being here. We'll be back tomorrow. March Madness is right around the corner, people. It's right around the corner. We appreciate it. Aloha.